What's up, guys? You're here to learn how to install Maya 2020 on Manjaro and maybe Arch Linux. Big thanks to Llama Detour, because he's the one I'm following tutorial for a lot of stuff, and then in order to get Arnold working and actually get Maya installed, there's a few things that didn't work from this tutorial that I do differently. So first thing you need to do is download Autodesk Maya 2020, obviously, for Linux. So if you go to the download page, you should be able to find Maya 2020 and select Linux and then English. So download that. If you want to use the Arnold render, which is something completely different, so if you're only going to be doing modeling, you probably don't need it, but if you're going to be doing rendering or animations, you'll probably want to grab that. So download Arnold for Maya 2020 Linux. I'll leave a link to both of these below. Okay, so extract your Maya 2020 folder. Just right click on the file, click extract. Then you need to install all of these, which I will leave commands in the description below. But these are just a bunch of packages. And then you'll also need to install this from OR. So if you say if you're on Manjaro, which this tutorial is for, or you just go into add or remove programs and can type in libpng15 if you have OR enabled and install it. If you do not have OR enabled, you can go here, go into preferences, right here, go into OR and just click enable OR support. So after those are installed, you need to go into your Maya folder you extracted, which I don't actually have here, but it should be here. Then go into packages, like you see in this, guys. So go into the Maya folder, go into packages, and for all the files that end with .rpm, like this one, move into a separate folder that's easy for you to access. Okay. After that, you need to install Ruby, which, like I said, command down below. Then install Gem, which command down below. And then you need to check if Ruby Gem FPM is working. So you can run fpm-h, and if it says command not found, then you need to run this command, which sets it up to set the alias for it. So paste this in your terminal and change Saint Llama in between the slashes to your username. So I'm going to say Zach. So under your home folder, if you go in home, there should be one called Zach or whatever. So see, whatever that name is, put here, and then try running fpm-h. And if it gives you all this, your FPM is good. You'll probably want to run the alias command to make FPM work inside your open a terminal in your RPMs folder. Otherwise, you'll have to run this again inside it. Okay, so after that, you're going to convert all of the .rpm folders. So open a terminal in your RPMs. So you won't have any of this stuff. You'll also have a bunch of these. So ADO maps and all of these. And RPMs. So right click open terminal and then run these commands in there. If you get an error for Maya one saying broken pipe, you can just ignore it, just let it finish doing everything else. So after that's done, you'll get a bunch of these package.tar.xz. Just double click them and you can install them. I already have it installed. So for me it says reinstall. Install all of them. So if your Maya did air out and you only have the RPM, you need to extract the RPM and you should get opt, user, and var. So what you need to do is open user, Autodesk, then open a new file manager, go into file system, user, right click and, or actually, Autodesk, right click and click Open as Root, because otherwise it won't let you move it in. Then drag Maya 2020 into this folder. After that, go back to where your RPMs and the Maya RPM are the folders you just extracted are. Go into var, opt, Autodesk, ADLM. Then go back into your file system, right here. Go into var, opt, Autodesk, and then drag ADLM. Then drag these two folders into ADLM. So you just select them both, drag them in. I already have them. Then go back to where your folders are, the user and the RPMs. Go into opt, Autodesk. Then go to your file system again, opt, Autodesk, which should be here somewhere. Oh, yeah, here it is. Opt Autodesk and drag Synergy into here. These Autodesk folders should already be here if you installed the other programs normally by double clicking them like I showed before. So after that's done, you would need to check if your license is working. So you can run this, and if it shows all of this, you're good. If not, you need to run these commands. We already did that. So then you need to check if Maya's at your software licensing. So paste this command, and if you see all of this, you're good. If it's blank, like it was for me originally, then you need to run this command, and then check again and see if it's like that. Once it is, you're good. Then you need to run this command to change it. It errors for me because I already have them, but this library is named differently than Maya likes. So you need to run these. It should do it. Be in description. This didn't work for me and I didn't need it, but I guess it's worth a shot. You can see for me it doesn't work, but I'll leave this article here if you do want to try that. Okay, so then you just run Maya doing this command, user Autodesk, yada yada yada, and then it will not launch immediately into Maya. Oh, is it gonna let me? Oh, it's just relaunching. Alright. But what you will get is it will say single user or multiple users. What you need to click is there will be a licensing key button under it. So there should be somewhere where under it, so say like single person, single user or a group, and under click licensing, and you should have received a, and then just put in your licensing key. If you're doing a education license, you'll have received that key and just paste it in and it will open. So this is all great. You have Maya up and running. Works fine. But let's say you're doing animation and you need the Arnold renderer. So if you just try to run Arnold by default without doing anything, I should be able to actually show you. So you should have MTOA right here. So if you open terminal and try to run that, sudo copy its name sh and run it, it's gonna give you an error. So what you need to do before then is you need to create a virtual environment. So you need to paste this command. Actually, more accurately, you need to do pip install virtual env. So you can't be in root mode for this. Oh. I have the folder open as root. It won't work if you're in root. So go to where it is, open in terminal. Okay, so here's your command right here. You can see there's an Arab there, but got it figured out. So this needs to be wherever you downloaded your Arnold file, the .run. Run this. And it should say it created it. All fine. So then you need to activate it using this command. So basically, you just type in the name of it, which I'll leave the actual name of it down below so you don't have to. But it is just temp python. And then activate. So once you're in here, then you can run your actual Arnold installer. Okay, so you're gonna run it like you did before. You're gonna put in your password. And now you don't get an error. So you click enter here, type in accept. You select 1 for automatic. And this directory is not right. Just type in /auth/Arnold/Maya2020. And then it'll install there. I already have it, so I'm not going to, but it should install there just fine. So after you do that, Arnold is installed, but you do still have to enable it. So if you go into Maya, it's already enabled for me, but you go into Windows, Settings, Preferences, Plugin Manager, and type in MTOA, you should be able to enable this. So that's how you get Arnold. But if you try to navigate around, you may realize the Alt command just moves the window, so you need to change that. Okay, so you need to open up dconf editor, and this is only for the cinema environment. You may not have this problem if you're on, say, XFCE, but if you do, then you needed to, it'll be a little bit different probably for you, but you may be able to use the same method. So you type in mouse button modifier, and just change the current value if you see the default's Alt. So you click turn off default value, and I set to nothing. I just delete everything. So now you should be able to use your Alt key in Maya properly. So that is the tutorial. I don't think I forgot anything. Sorry for it not being amazing. Tried to make a text one, but I'm just not that great at teaching. Bye.